Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hi.
to Harmonizing Journey to Realignment seminars, Re-Embodying the Essence of the Law of One seminar that will be Q&A for the seminar that will be starting in September 5th through February. What really is the Law of One all about? This seminar looks at the science behind the law, quote unquote, of one, utilizing the self-empowerment principles of awareness, or SEPAs, to explain complicated ancient bodies of knowledge in a simple, clear way. Helonic science is the foundation upon which the SEPAs are based on, then further developed with Sept by Jane Roberts, Abraham-Hicks, Science of Mind, I Am Ra, Law of One, and other ideologies. The Harmonizing Journey to Realignment HJR technology is the mechanics used to connect on a personal level with your unique multidimensional clan family, and then brings these clans all together into group sessions for learning and growth from their perspective. What is living by the Law of One? You create your reality. And live Aurora New Earth now. It's the theme. Starting Saturday, September 5th, we will be the next 6-month online workshop of a small group of about 10 to 15, 12 is probably the magic number, travelers that will meet bi-weekly through to February 13th, 2021. And there's a class syllabus at the, and I'll send you the link for this, but there's a class syllabus as well, knowing which days we'll meet. Okay, and what I'd like to do next is just a nice little meditation, harmonizing meditation, just to kind of tune in, bring in clan family, and just sort of have a feel of the energy that we work with. And one of the things that we first tune in, and again, people tuning in predominantly have gone through the introductory session, which is very important. So we'll just kind of tune into some of the energy. One of the things we first do to kind of help kind of zone in as we travel, connecting into where we want to go, something called the Crystal River Prayer Sequence, and that's by Raise Productions. And again, I utilize the science, the information brought in by Ashiana Dean Arias, but I use it in my own unique way, but I do keep the integrity of it. But yes, it is working with my clan family, working with the mechanics. So a lot of the terms and stuff are their terms, but I am in no way affiliated with Arias Productions. Okay. And also in your handout or in the welcome PDF or welcome letter that you received with the free PDF has a link in that for all of the things that Arias Production has for people to listen to and read and work with. So just kind of get nice and comfortable, relaxed. Slowing your breathing down. And again, we're just kind of briefly going to just sort of do some like a little mini harmonizing meditation. And we may talk to some of the mechanics. I kind of alter a little bit of the beginning steps of the prayer, Crystal River Prayer, just to bring in new counsel that we're working with the KDDL3s or KDDLs. Crystal River Prayer and Invocation of the Oasis Silver Sea Councils and GAETYC, EAAC, AMCC, MCEO for Silver Sea Crystal River Plasma Host Activation and Amplification. Part 1, the Prayer of Elesa. For A Shadu Elesa Alhambra dan Etale Sun Jadradu Ista Inta O de Rujamina, Ea la Sasun Pita e la Ve, Los Tila Ilaho, Humana in Lita Jadu. Elesa Sunta E Amita Gentu. Elesa Sunta E Amita Gentu. Elesa Sunta E Amita Gentu. Part 2, the Prayer of Alhambra. In the Christic name and action of God Source First Eternal, the Eternal Christ, Elania Topelia Yureya, Christa Ariania Arias Cosminiahas Alhambras, the Oasis Silver Sea Councils, and the Alhambra Magistracy Councils of Cosminiahas. O te ete irashradu an ale ita jet Alhambra. Alhambra, 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 Alhambra. Inhale, hold. Okay, hold. Hold into the heart area. Some hold into the tip of the sternum. That work with the rainbow crystal in the heart of Ephima. Hold, hold, hold. And then on the exhale, Alhambra. Orende Sahura ila tre himu sen olore dorlaho sendina ve. Kumsa eho der etika jet Alhambra. Kumsa adela inter ela vi. Casminahas Alhambras der schwa a vi. To Asia Interdore, to Asia Interdore, to Asia Interdore. Ariana Elesa Alhambra of Riadan, Ariana Elesa Alhambra of Riadan, Ariana Elesa Alhambra of Riadan. Uma treina e, uma treina e, uma treina e, ekasha. For those that have done the introductory session and have connected with their Sheda poster Buddha shield, we'll say 3 times, Ashe Nira Ochisa, Ashe Nira Ochisa, Ashe Nira Ochisa. Just kind of feel that Sheda shield. For those that haven't done that, that's okay. We'll kind of probably not everybody's done this, so the introductory session, so just sort of tuning in general, but boy, really, you can really connect into your pod space. It's a whole different experience, but still we're bringing into clan. We're still bringing in you. And just kind of, your feet are on the floor. Actually, just kind of breathing into your hands. Just kind of do a nice deep belly breath. Breathe it out. A nice little harmonizing meditation. Breathing into your arms, shoulders, neck, breathing into your head, your pineal, turning your eyes towards your third eye. Hold, 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 hold. And release, flowing down your breath, going down your spine. And I'm breathing into your hips and pelvis. Hold the pelvic floor. Hold. And release. Breathe into your legs. You have legs. Knees. Ankles. And feeling how your feet are supported by the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel how your body is supported by what you're sitting on. Breathing. And what you're sitting on is supported by the floor. Floor supported by the earth, all the way down into Aurora Earth Force Field. Breathing into Aurora Earth Core Field. Breathing out. And feeling the energy of the Earth, Aurora Earth Core Field moving up, 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 up into the bottoms of your feet. Breathing into the bottoms of your feet. And breathing out. Breathing again into the bottoms of your feet. You're going to breathe down 6 inches. Breathe into 6 inches below your feet. You'll breathe another 6 inches making it 12 below your feet. Feeling a popping sensations and effervescence. Pale silver, rainbowy, liquid, crystal, plasma, hydrolase frequency, effervescence flowing up, moving up through your central body current, up through and around you. As it moves, feeling it releasing any detritus, any disharmonic energies. Going up through and around you, up out the top of your head, feeling it going up, up, up to deep space above, even feeling a bit of a connection to the Christ star above. Breathing into deep space. Hold, hold, and release. Flowing, feeling that consciousness coming back, down, 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 into the top of your head. Breathing it down. Breathing it into your heart area. Hold, hold, build charge, hold, hold, hold. Even holding the pelvic floor, hold, hold. And then when you release, you're going to release into all the cells of your body and all around you. And just feel that expansiveness of your consciousness. And feeling the top of your head opening a little bit. And feeling your clan family, your eternal expression, your multidimensional anatomy, consciousness family, kind of coming in to connect with you around you. You feeling a bit of your consciousness rising up, meeting it and connecting in. And just take a moment or two to just kind of feel that connection. And always, again, with anything that I do, any work that I do, if there's anything you're uncomfortable with, just say no. No big whoopie-doo. You only do what you're comfortable to do. And just kind of feel and experience with your inner vision, just sort of that feeling of what you feel in this space, this consciousness. What colors may be around you, what you sense of who's around you, what's around you, your family, what form you may be taking. Just kind of be mindfully aware, make it very visceral and real. You feel clearing energies. Okay. And this is kind of the beginning steps. We go deeper, obviously, when we go into the pod space. But this is kind of initially sort of getting in the basic frequency, just really feeling it. feeling the clearing of it, the expansionness of your top of your head opening up. Feeling that connection to Aurora Earth core field beneath you, feeling how you're connected to the earth in general and the core and the life of earth, and how your body is part of that expression. Your body is not the enemy, it's your friend. Just feeling your family around you, loving you, connecting with you. And kind of with that, if there's any questions, you can either go off mute and ask them, or you can type some questions in. Just anything about the mechanics, anything you've read so far of the mechanics that maybe I haven't talked about yet that you'd like to get some clarity on. Anything about just in general wanting to know, what is this? What's this pod space? What's going on with it? What do I get out of the session? And Bobbie, also you had experienced a lot of this, so you actually can kind of talk about your experience as well. So you can either kind of ask some questions that you may think people would like clarity on, or kind of talk about your experience. And you're on mute, by the way.
Oh, there you are. Great.
Okay. Okay.
What happens if we fall asleep? That would be one of the questions that I was at the beginning. You know, is that something okay, or how do we avoid that?
If you feel like you're probably going to fall asleep, you may not want to lay down. You may want to go into the group session sitting up. Now, if it's a private session and obviously you're with video, I can kind of wake you up. So, and I've had people fall asleep on me. It's like, you there? Nope. Okay, wake up. Okay, and then make them kind of sit up a bit. But yeah, you're bringing in a lot of frequencies. So sometimes the biobot says, oh, whoa. So yeah, sitting up can help. Me giving you a nudge. Snoring usually can be a pretty good indication for me if we're doing the group stuff. Kind of get you awake. But usually the more you do this, the more you bring your biobot's frequency up, the less and less you fall asleep, have that problem.
Okay. And then another question that I had before I started was, what's a typical session like? I know that we just got into the beginning of getting into the pod space and everything, but what can you expect, or like what's going to happen during these sessions? Are we protected? You know, that kind of thing. Like,
yes, very, very protected. And I guess that I can kind of maybe talk about some of the benefits. That's an excellent question. One of the benefits of a session, whether it's private or in a group, is the understanding of who you are as the all that is, God, Source, First, Eternal, which is another way of saying the all that is. I guess I said that. Source. I really hate to use the word God because that's just not really giving it its full measure. Capital I, capital T, it. Really kind of what the law of one means. It's kind of that real connecting to everything, but yet still keeping your individual identity. And actually, that's why it's called Harmonizing Journey to Realignment, because you harmonize all those different levels of self into this time-space reality, into this current station that you're in your physical form. So it's really bringing all of you in a way that works for you, for your unique template. Again, learning deeper levels of how you create your own reality. You start getting an understanding of that as you connect with your clan family and you work through the blocks that have been inhibiting you in connecting as you gain more awareness. As we integrate also the self-empowerment principles of awareness, or SEPA material, of taking the Keylonic science information and breaking it down into bite-sized, easy chunks to really integrate on a daily basis in your life. How to create your reality. Yeah, again, practice how to apply these mechanics in your daily life to make a shift and change personal to you. In applying, you develop a deep, abiding relationship with your inner being, clan, family, expanding into rewarding, joyful, aurora, new earths, now reality of a win-win. So when you're connecting into this mechanics, you're connecting into your spirit body, your plasma energy. So you're getting the begun, so to speak. And it's like shifting your whole cellular structure up a few notches to where you disengage from more finite programs, first creation programs of I'm not okay, the world's bad, and you shift more into perpetually renewing the world is good, win-win, we all can work it out and create something even better than what we thought we could do individually. Mindset, when you really learn what this mechanics is about. And of course, on a personal level, you're able to then clear things that you've probably been stuck on for years. The energy you bring in of your consciousness and what goes with that, you just blocks that just you could not even get close to, just get cleared away. Development of your unique grid keeper skills to heal your lone harmonic world you create within the mass earth consciousness. Again, with understanding this mechanics, understanding how you create your reality, you have more of an understanding of, when you really get that you have your own unique template of consciousness of the I that merges and integrates with the am, or the mass consciousness. But it's still your unique template. So your thoughts, your beliefs, how you see the world, create your personal morphinogenic field of life around and through you. Your body, the air you breathe, the people you meet are all part of your template, your organic structure. So the more you can understand that and how you tend to your own garden first as a grid keeper, that's really what you do. You shift your template. You then, in turn, because of what we call a biofeed interface system, it's Keylonic science, through your root chakra, you connect into the morphogenic field of the core of the earth plane or planet that you're birthed into. You then shift that as well. And of course, you get shifts from the earth plane back to you because it goes both ways. Okay. All right.
Now, is this for beginners? And if it's because I was a beginner, so and then when we went into the session, I didn't realize that there's going to be more experienced people with us, which was nice because you don't feel lost. You feel very safe. And I'm not a visual person, so I would know the things that you and the others were saying. But so it was like an affirmation, like, oh yeah, I'm doing this right. So I guess the question would be, for somebody new, so they don't get scared, what are the steps, if there's any kind of preparation that they should do before they get into the classes? Because from now till September, they could like give them a guidance on this is what you could do to get ready so you're not blindsided by what you kind of get into during the classes.
Excellent question. Thank you. Really, preparatory, is that practice SIPA 3-session video that I created that is actually linked to the page for the information on the seminar on my website. And it's also in YouTube. And it's also in my Facebook page, that you do that, and that will really make a difference. Because also with that, it has an introductory harmonizing journey in there. Not the full potential, but it has a start. So it kind of gives you a basic feel of what you're going to be getting into and things you're going to be working on. Also, the first session is really an introduction. It's introducing everybody and kind of what brought you here, and this is what the class is going to be about, and this is kind of what we're going to do. So you have a little introduction, which you ended up not doing because there were things that happened to where that didn't happen. But I would like this next class to have that happen. We actually have an introduction into this is what we're going to be doing, which might be partly why you were a little lost. And then you also have you will make a private session after that introductory class, and then the next class you'll have a full introductory session. So you'll go through all the steps to go into the pod space, connecting into that, anything of what you connect with your clan family, what they tell you, what you get from that, any clearing, that will really help out too. But really, you don't have to be perfect to do this class. You just have to have a desire, an open heart, a feeling of something about this resonates with me. I know it. I've been feeling it. And I've been talking to people and they're like, yeah, there's something about this. I've been feeling, I've been knowing it. I've been getting this is something right. You want to connect with the elementals. This is powerful. Your ancient ancestors. This is powerful group. Connecting into aquifers. If you're a water person, this is powerful. Connecting into the air. This is powerful. Really, it's whatever you bring to the table, so to speak, is great and really adds to this. And high levels up of your being are all working together to groups as a group to bring this class together. So it's whoever is guided to this group, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be really neat and really right for each person.
Yep.
Is that
sorry? I can tell you from the first couple of sessions that I went into, I had no idea what was going to happen. And I tell you, I think it was so emotional for me because of what happened. We were able to connect and hold space for not just each other, but other beings. And that to me was such a shock. And it was unexpected, and that's one thing that I can say is each one of these sessions was magical. You don't want to miss them. Now, but another question that I had too is between sessions.
Hold on before you go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was with you starting, except for what I had for generic information about the SEPA material coming in for a session. Other than that, I really didn't know either, because I'm always getting with the clan, show up. Just show up. We got it. We'll lead you, or we'll, have stuff that's going to, because again, it's all of you guys as clan, your clans, higher selves, working together and finding, okay, what's the best for these guys together to do? And that's really what the class was about, is all you guys working together as a family, working on stuff and healing what you can work personally as well as planetarily. Okay, go ahead to your next class, sweetie. Or next questions, sorry, or statement. Oh, you're on mute again, sweetie.
I lost my train of thought with that because what you said was perfect. I wish I would have had that at the beginning. But let me think. What was it? No, okay, that's what it was. Was I going to say, now between sessions, we had one with our class. We had one every other week on Wednesdays. Now, between those sessions, what should we do? I know that you had mentioned get into your pod space and all that. Should that be something that we should do every day? Like get into that pod space? How often? What's the benefits of that kind of thing?
I personally feel, especially during the 6-month period, but I think even beyond that, but everybody's template's different, is once you do the introductory session, you can move into it a lot faster. And the more you work with the mechanics of it, the faster you can move into it. But once you kind of really get in tune with it, where you can just sort of almost just feel the manifestation template beneath you, the aquifers, open, the pillar piece to come, the different quick steps of activating everything. You can do it in the morning, take 5 to 10 minutes, whatever. Maybe you can do the prayer if you want to in the beginning. But really kind of tune in and bring that energy in and be kind of feel the pod space around you, because you can go back and forth between your pod space and physical space throughout the day. And so you take that eternal expression of being with you throughout the day. And then if you want to incorporate other stuff with it, you can. But to me, you always want to connect into that space before you do any other technicals, any other energy work. You really want to get into your pod space too, because you're getting in such a higher, deeper level than you can with any of the light body structure work out there. And then, of course, before you go to bed, you want to make sure you tune in again and go to sleep on your manifestation template, because it's a nice, almost like a nice little comfy doggy bed. It's really comfortable to lay back on and just snuggle into and go to sleep. And so that all kinds of dreams and stuff you may have connecting into that, doing that. And then, of course, we have the assignment, the video, to the reading assignment, which is very short, and the little video that's usually, depending on the video, some is like 20 minutes to some as long as 45 minutes, but that was very few. They were 45. Most of them were 20 to 30 minutes on the reading assignment. So we do that between classes. And also, I think too, if people, when they do the assignment, kind of think about it, there's questions to answer on each of them, and then to kind of bring whatever you can to the class, and I can answer whatever you have on it. If you have anything or comments you want to share, it's great. And you can also ask, type in questions in the MeWe chat group as well on the material. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. And then I just was going to put, like what I got out of it. Like with the personal, each session was more in depth, but the last session that we had was so refreshing. And I think that was the turning point finally for me, which like my sense of smell, I don't really have one. But now after my last session, we cleared that out. And we did a lot of layers and clearing, and I can smell things, which is really weird to me. My food tastes different. It's
you said
unbelievable. Yep, my hearing. We found that I had a being in my ear. Yeah, had. And and it was attached to the back of my head. I felt pressure there. And then you had said, bring in the pillar of peace and the cloak of the eternal one. So we did. And I was able to find out that it was a being that had never formed that was there. And it took a little coaxing, because we actually had to form it into a being and give it a form, a thought. I don't even know how to explain that, but we had to make sure, and it grew into a little puppy. Mm-hmm. And it was able to attach, and you had said, your family's there. We had to coax it out. We don't need you here anymore. Thank you for being with me. And, you had said, as soon as you had said that, they're holding
you. Yeah, your mama was waiting for you. Now your brothers and sisters. Yeah.
Yep. And as soon as you said that, then they left. Yep, they left. And then my ear pressure, it was like I was in an airplane going up in altitude, and it wouldn't release. And then as soon as it was gone, it popped. My ears popped, and my left ear popped, and it was gone. And ever since then, I always chalked it up to my hearing, my low hearing from my job. And now I know it wasn't that. It was this little being. So, I mean, that's not the only thing. I was able to connect to my fairy personality, which is, or fairy, I don't know, what do you call it, not personality, but yeah. And then the way that they,
ancestor.
Yep, my fairy ancestors. And the way that they did it is they kind of formed me into a fairy, which was crazy. Like Katie said, feel into what you're feeling. I was like, well, I feel yellow. I don't know how to explain it any different. And then I had this little being on my finger, and I felt it. It was almost like a, if you ever see those, I figured it out. Have you ever had those Mexican jumping beans? Have you ever
Yeah.
felt one? Well, it has that little thing on the inside of it, and you could feel it moving. That's what it felt like in my finger. And you had said that that was me. And then as soon as you had said that, my ears pointed, and I actually did get little wings. And then I was able to, it was like an overwhelming, oh my gosh. So I was a fairy, but they took me into a forest first. Then I felt the yellow, which was cool. So it was like a gradual thing. It wasn't like, hey, you're a fairy. Oh, and then I had the dragon come in. Yep.
Yeah.
So I got my dragon.
Yeah.
Yep. I got to finally see the
Your
midnight
blue
dragon.
dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And still with me, by the way. I felt him in my dream last night. And it's just amazing. Like another thing was my vision. When I closed my eyes, it was dark, which obviously it's usually dark, but it was able to lighten up as we went through the session. So you said my inner screen is clearing.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean that's just a little bit of the session that we had. It was amazing. You can't describe it. And it's even hard to put it in words after the fact of what happened. I was trying to explain it to my mom, and because that attachment that we had between her and my dad.
Oh yeah.
And it's just so sad that some people don't get this kind of help. And they're stuck in that, I guess, 3D world, and you need to help more people. and that's the thing is, you had mentioned Archangel Michael. I think with that is like with me, you need that person, because you're trained that you can't do this on your own. You can't, you need help. And you showed me that, no, this is all for me. You're just there to like, here, help me guide through what I've been able to do on my own. So you don't actually do any of the work. It's you make us do it, which is beautiful. You get so much more power out of that.
Yes, that I think is a big difference between what I do and what a lot of other people do out there is they do have you look outside yourself, or either they'll do something for you, or they'll have you work with some entity, and really there's no need for it. You have all that within you, all the ascended mastery and avatar and rishi. I mean, you have that in you. And also, kind of with that, I think many times when people think they're connecting with an ascended master or Archangel Michael or whoever, or even Jesus Christ, or a lot of people with the Seth material, oh, I connected with Seth. And Jane Arbus used to say, and Seth used to say, no, you're not really connecting with me. And he always talked about that too, with people working, that when they're getting ready to pass over, that they'll see God, or they'll see Christ, or they'll see some kind of saint or somebody. He goes, they're not really connecting with those. Those are symbols that their mind can hold on to, or what's left of their mind but really they're connecting with the collective, with their family or themselves, which is really themselves. It's just a way that their mind can see it, because really the goal is connecting with you and seeing you for who you are, and appreciating and honoring it and working with it and growing from it. So.
Yep. I think with the people that unintentionally do that, they try to keep you in that 3D, you need me, you need other people, and
We're trained,
not realizing it.
Yeah, we're trained to do it. Yeah.
Like
no,
when
I
they
don't.
say,
I'm speaking ill of those people. I'm sorry if I got that impression across. I didn't mean that. We're trained to do that from day one, practically. And
that's
so
what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, people just do the best they can, with the teachings. This is just something to appreciate from the training of healing science. Is the focus is to go back into yourself, focus on yourself, tend to your own garden, work with yourself.
Yep. And that's another thing, like with Archangel Michael, I told you that I've had dreams of him training me, and it was just my clan family. And I think that that's the only way that they could connect to me and throw it in my face. Hey, here's this person. He's working with you. So, and it was actually me doing it my own from what I've known in my past lives. Yep.
And again, Archangel Michael is a collective. So, and he is a collective that collective is part of this matrix, this time matrix. And so it's part of our anatomy. It's part of who we are. So I think that too, when we bring in our higher self, bring in the, I'm going to say now, the spirit body / plasma energies, really working on these higher levels, that if we do work with those guys, that we're actually probably clearing their lineage just by associating, connecting our energies to them. But always, ultimately, we want to connect with you. But yeah.
Yep. And that's another thing is, like, when I first got into the energy work and everything, and I stepped back from that, from, being able to clear what I needed to clear first. And you just get to that thing that, you have to be a millionaire in order to learn some of this stuff. But with the Kalantic science, you don't. Like, she gives you the tools, and you give us the tools that we do it all ourselves. There's no person doing it for you.
Yep. Especially now that Tantra Hura, I think it's a Tantra Hura teachings, where it really works on when we brought in the slider material, and the Mashayahanas are part of that as well, with the hot space, Mashayahana prayer salon space that we work with, is really learning that yes, it's all about you. It's all about who you are. That's all it is, and that really, that science behind that, of really learning what the I am or the law of one is, to make that connection.
Yep. Yeah. It's I wish I would have found this group before, right at the beginning. With and it's so supportive. Like, everybody, even with Chris and Alexandra and you, it's, you're not scared to say no. This is what you need to do. You need to step back and do this. It's just, it gives you so much power. It gives you more of almost a power to not fear things, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because you're being you. You're being more of your authentic expression that's coming through, and you're in a safe place that you can be yourself. Because others are being through their self, and we're not playing the safe face game, that finite safe face game that gets played on this planet. Yeah. Because also, kind of, when you connect into this energy, brings you into what I call the new earth energies, or aurora earth energies, now coming into Uriah earth energies, of being able to be in what we call a density one, or harmonic universe one expression, which is basically being in a physical form, carbon-based physical form, but actually a healthy density one harmonic universe, which is made up of 3 dimensions, 1, 2, and 3, molecular structure, D1, elemental, emotional, D2, and your D3, the holographic reality projection you create. And there's many levels integrated into your cellular structure. But anyway, we're embodying right now harmonic universe 1. And right now, being that we're kind of still connected into the finite second creation mechanics of net earth, we're much more heavier, dense, more carbon-based than what naturally a harmonic universe is. And when I think people are talking about embodying the D5, it's probably really just embodying more of a natural, healthy, harmonic universe, one where we're much more like lighter-based, much more silicate than carbon. And but we are kind of starting to make that merger into the next harmonic universe up, density harmonic universe 2, which is dimensions 4, 5, and 6, and which is more of the angelic realm, where when we died, we were supposed to go to heaven to become angels. There's lots of historical stories on it. But yes, really bringing in those different parts into this realm and making it, that's what Aurora Earth is an integration of bringing in that higher aspect of self and have it function in harmonic universe 1. And kind of going on with Uriah Earth is another level of that, of really bringing in more of who you are, your authentic expression. It's almost like the next level of evolution that we're ready for now. And we'll be able, because naturally a avatar, Christos, Mashiach, Mahoric being, pale silver liquid light being, our original blueprint, that we were birthed into this time matrix that evolved into at one time, all at once, into the different density planes in this unit time matrix. Naturally supposed to be able to go up and down the dimensional scale, in and out of density 1, 2, 3, back up into 4, and back down again at will. That's naturally the state we're supposed to be in. So I would imagine as we really merge and disengage from the net earth, kind of the two worlds parting, and we realign those parts of ourselves that are stuck in net earth and kind of integrate into the whole. And there'll probably be stuff that'll not be able to, but the majority of it will realign it back in. We'll integrate back in and become, that's what Aurora Earth / now Uriah Earth, be able to do that. Stuff it back and forth and all around and travel in our little pod spaces, Mashiach pod space. So yeah, that's I think what we're moving into. All right. I think we have time for one more question.
I think good? That was all I had.
Nope. Really good questions.
Yeah, I was making notes as we were going on. Let me look here. I'm gonna see. Okay, and then just when we do our group sessions, it is a lot different than our personal sessions. So that's something, I think way different. I don't know if you want to say the difference on that.
One of the big,
because I know that when I first had my first session, I thought it was all going to be like that. We were going to, work on more stuff like that, but that's not necessarily the case on what happens during the sessions. But I think you kind of covered that too.
I think kind of one of the special things I'm going to say, because obviously I can't see everybody's faces. Well, I can kind of see faces and stuff, but yeah, we're working more in a group. And so the group that's the focus, and kind of integrating the material on a higher level. The clan, guardians kind of have what they focus on. I did kind of realize I do need to make sure with each session that we do spend some time where everybody connects with themselves and really with their own clan, and really get that with each session more. But one of the unique things that I like is, especially for like with you, Bobbie, where your visuals at that time were not strong. Your inner senses were a little, you have a very strong knowing. You would know a lot of what was going on, but you couldn't really hear and see a lot. But others in the group could. So when you were sense feeling and kind of having a knowing, and then you had somebody else see and talk about it and kind of reaffirm that that's what you were on track. You were getting what was going on. That's huge. And then of course for others that are starting to develop their visuals and hearing, when there's somebody else a little bit with better visuals, can kind of say, I see this and that. And then you can go, oh, I am seeing this. And so, when I'm focused a particular way, then I am seeing stuff. So it's just part of the learning process. It's very powerful. And again, we did a lot of shifts and a lot of work with the earth, with things going on with the earth that was unique to our group's template and our own harmonic worlds that were merged together and combined as. Okay. Anything else? Was that it?
I think that's it. Yeah, I think we covered much of the questions that I had at the beginning going into sessions and stuff. I was like, am I in the right spot? Kind of thing. So that was kind of, at the beginning, but I stuck with it and I'm glad I did. We had others that kind of dropped out, but
Yes,
that was kind of sad, but he just wasn't ready yet.
They just weren't quite ready. That's okay. They may come back at another day. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to then kind of finish going through about the seminar because we're getting close to the hour. Okay. The Guardian Alliance makes it clear that this information is all theory, for nothing here in our light body outer realm is rock bottom solid. We all create our reality within our lone harmonics. We all make agreements of what basic named concepts or ideas, such as a book, is. Yet, each of us sees our own book. So there are billions of views of just one book. Yeah, confusing, right? Laugh out loud. So kind of keeping that in mind, especially when we do the group stuff. The interconnectedness and how you may be running a particular probability timeline and it may just suck to no end. Doesn't mean you're locked into it. You can make a shift out of it. And this material will work with you on making that shift and shifting out and creating and fine-tuning what you want to create in the world. Oh, I guess it's right here. This is the book. And so again, it has the basic syllabus in here. I'll also send you a copy of with the dates on it, syllabus, so you can make sure your schedule. Oh, and actually the when you sign up, that has the syllabus in there too, so you can make sure you can line up with the schedule. It has a kind of introductory element session in it, and then the different SEPAs in it and practice sessions are in this. And then also I talked about in between sessions, you've got the videos of the assignments as well. And that is on the MeWe group. So it's good to kind of make sure when you get signed up, connected into the group, have it to be where you can get the notifications. So when assignments and things or people respond, you can be right there tuning in. And then kind of a night, which brings up the MeWe thing. We have a private lifetime membership group be it through MeWe. I don't know if I'm going to change it to something else, but I think I'm going to stick with MeWe. Don't want to do Facebook because with Facebook, I just don't know what down the road they're going to be happening with them. This is a little bit more private, more protected, so people can for sure be safe to be in this group. And so the people that previously take the session will continue on and have access to the session videos, so they can kind of continue participating and evolving with the group. And also, I think the larger group we get, there'll be more people that will be able to participate and talk about what they're learning and gaining and shifting, and it'll just continually evolve and grow. Okay, the mechanics behind what we do. Okay, the Guardian Alliance of the Interdimensional, and why I like to always talk about the Law of One. This will explain it a little bit. The Guardian Alliance of the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, IAFW, of the Emerald Order, Melchizedek Cloister, Holy Order of the Unisci, Sacred House of One. These many races or beings live by an egalitarian, cooperative, through co-creative agreements that are based upon principles of law of one communion in genuine non-patriarchal Melchizedek Cloister Maharata inner Christos teachings. And I got that. It's a direct quote from Voyagers 1, Sleeping Abductee by Ashiana Dean / Arrayas, page 158. Okay, the deity planes are a Christic core encryption that is held in the Aurora Continuum frequency spectra, blends with the frequency spectra of the dimensional domains, cosmea planes, kind of universes within universes within universes, to which the Aya-Ve frequency spectra, deep core domains, creates a new set of trans-time spatial reality fields that literally materialize, linking the domain space-time coordinate, almost like a portal system, with the dimensional planes. Excuse me. And that was from page 8, Sliders 11, handout, Azurite Press, Reyes Productions. Excuse me. This class is designed to work with people's busy schedules in creating a nurturing, supportive environment to work both individually and as a group in clearing the blocks in the way of expressing as your authentic spirit self in this now time-space reality. Not somewhere down the line, but to live a more expansive, empowering life on, as I've been saying, New Earth now, or AK Aurora, or Authentic Earth was another word, but now it's Uriah Earth. New Earth is different for everyone, but as a general rule, New Earth is breaking away from the being in a shut-down fight-or-flight VV game that we have been playing here. It is ascending more profoundly, insightfully aware expression of oneself. Kind of the 5D awareness I was talking about earlier. HJR Seminar Series defines New Earth now as a state of being that we as guardians of the time matrix created a very long time ago as a thought intention held within the inner mind of the all that is, God Source First Eternal, Aya. And that's the Uriah Earth, is that blueprint expression. Aurora Earth Sanctuary Island is the direct link up through the deity planes into our current density 1 net Earth time-space reality, linking us to Aurora Earth. Also part of that mechanics was the merging of our present net Earth with the Ascension Median Earth, January 2015. Median Earth is an energetic manifest expression of Earth that has stayed on the Ascension path. And this kind of is a symbol code for that, of the two merging and the Eye of Alhambra, kind of in between, of bringing the worlds together and integrating it into becoming Aurora Earth. Meaning it is open and flowing with the high spirit realms. By combining these two energetic manifest portions of Earth increases both their quantum of thrust expression into a deeper embodiment of the spirit body they both are a part of, aka the etheristic body, and many higher levels as well. The Aurora Earth intention is contained within the Urala Conservatory, or KKIN, of the Aphia consciousness field, and that is from the KDDO through Reyes Productions, that was nurtured and developed in the deity planes in Aurora Continuum. And we work a lot with that in our class. The Lashaya Hana Residential Prayer Salons, nicknamed My Pod, I'm just now kind of just saying Pod Space, are our home on Sanctuary Island. At least that's where we start out. We move out of it actually very quickly. But they are even more than that. They are a replica of our unique energy encryption as the all that is, God Source First Eternal, Aya. It is a structure in the shape of a teardrop. Inside there are running Aya dream stream, holy waters, aquifers, and waterfalls. There are 4 fire, water, flame hearths, and our own unique manifestation platform upon which we dream our reality into being. There is an Aya flame upon the lens of Aya skylight lens atop the pod. We also have a direct link up to the deity planes and Aurora Continuum through this vehicle. As we expand and grow into this structure, it also becomes a travel vehicle we can use to traverse more easily the neural network pathways it's going to look like this. Pathways of the Mind of Creation, Eternal Mind of Creation as an adept. Katie Oshiwanita's personal opinion is these structures look a lot like Brahmanas or Vimanas that we see in ancient Indian texts. Honestly, I think that's probably what they originally were, as they were organic structures, and then they just became inorganic when we shut down. The Mashayahana relates to who we are as Adashi Adepts. An Adashi Adept is one who has traveled through all the dimensional domains, returning to the core of the all that is God Source First Eternal, Aya, fully embodied. They have then chosen to come back down through the dimensional domains of the neural network pathways of the Mind of Creation to experience again and or do service contracts to help others traverse the unique neural network pathways of the Mind of Creation. The Mashayahana is an accomplished adept that through their service contracts were able to navigate their way back fully again into the core of the all that is God Source First Eternal IA. They're currently involved in the fail-safe service contract to help us as adepts to return home, basically helping us go into a more continuous, a bypass system to make it into the higher domains. We will develop the use of our Mashayahana Residential Prayer Salon, aka my pod vehicle, from the sliders 11 and 12 Azurite Press Arrays Productions material in healing and expanding into the neural network pathways of our eternal mind of the all that is God Source First Eternal IA. And again, stressing I am not affiliated at all with Arrays Productions. Would love to someday, but HJR Seminars LLC and me, Katie Oshiwanita, again, Katie Brackeen, have nothing to do with them. The Harmonizing Journey realignment sessions were created through my personal connection with my Guardian Alhambra team, integrating and using the technical information from the sliders material and 2013 workshop materials of the Elassian wave, and much of the KDDL has become integrated, such as using the term Urea and Kina Servitory. And I highly recommend that you connect with Urea's Productions if you have not yet, and I have a link to their website on the page. And I don't diagnose or treat anybody. Y'all do it yourselves. Okay. The cost of this workshop, first 6-month workshop, which I think is hugely, to me, very, very reasonable, is just $1,200 for 6 months for all of what we do. It's very reasonable. Again, the starting date is Saturday, September 5th. Will be the next 6-month online workshop of a small group of 10 to 15 travelers that will meet biweekly through to February 13th, 2021. Registration is open now until the 15th. The cost of this 6-month online excursion, again, $1,200. Call it $100 deposit now. The remaining $1,100 is due on August 31st via emailed PayPal invoice, saying it correctly. But I realize $1,200 for right now for people might be a little tight. So I've got a 3-month plan option where you pay $100 deposit now, and then your first payment of $370 would be due on August 31st, and then you could again via an email PayPal invoice, and then the next 2 months you can work out what day of the month you would like that sent to you, and so you can break that up over 3 months. And if you're interested in that, my email address is katie@harmonizingjourney.com, and again that's also in here. Letting me know you want to do that 3 payment option. So, and I just wanted to add too, I every once in a while I have a person that they can't quite figure out how to do the PayPal link, and actually initially when I looked at it at one time it confused me too, but yeah. But you just click on that link, and then if you want to pay with a credit card, which most people are going to do that, you just scroll down and it'll show, you want to pay with something other than PayPal. you can click on, yeah, you want to pay with a credit card, and then put your credit card information in. I do every once in a while. I have a person that just doesn't get that figured out. But yes, the thing I like about PayPal is you can use a credit card. So that's good. Okay. I think I got everything covered. Is there anything I'm missing, Bobbie? Or do you think I got it covered?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, I don't have anything else that throws up any questions while you're going through that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. And I'm glad for who. Thank you, Bobbie, and appreciate the ones that tuned in on a later date. I know that scheduling conflicts and stuff, it's hard to always do, especially with this being August 8th. It's a very energetically intense time. But thank you.
Thank you.
And again, you can PM me. Anybody can PM me with any questions that you may have, or Katie at harmonizingjourney.com to email me stuff. That's great. And I guess that's it. Okay. Talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Have a good day. Have a good weekend.